Hello there everybody, it's Technojock back with another vanilla Minecraft 1.13 for you, and I had high hopes for this episode, but I've had to restart it. Unfortunately, there was a problem with my original recording, but it has afforded me a brand new chance to make something cool. Before we get started on that though, things that have happened. Crucially, I have a second villager. I thought I was down to one, but I actually found a second villager hiding in a corner in one of the buildings over there. So both of them are over in buildings in that direction, but I had a second one, which was nice. And these guys are, or guy and girl, I presume, are, as you can see, keen to breed, but they're in boats at the moment, so they can't do anything just now. So that's for a future episode. I do have a load of doors down here, so this place counts as quite a large village now. So we are good to go for a villager breeder. So I want to do something with that. And I did make myself quite a ghetto tree farm here, so we've got a bubble elevator that we can just go flying up to the top, jump over onto the top of the tree, and then trim it down, and then replant and rinse and repeat. All good. What I want to do today, though, is a super smelter, and I did have one all made up here, and then I had the problem with the recording, and then I rethought things, and I came up with a better design. So, silver clouds and all that, it affords us an opportunity to make a much better design. So here we go. We're starting off with two chests up the top of this gigantic pit, and it's going to be even more gigantic by the time I finish with it. But we're going to start off with fuel in one side and smeltable items, cobble, iron ore, sand, etc. in the other one. And then we are going to use hopper minecarts to transport these things around. Hoppers themselves are relatively slow. They can transport an item every 0.4 of a second or something like that, I think it is, which turns out to be pretty slow for distributing things to lots and lots of furnaces, and more crucially from lots and lots of furnaces. So if you were to be using a hopper chain to pipe things along into an output chest, the most furnaces that you could efficiently use in one hopper line is 25, because they can only transfer 25 items per 10 seconds, and it takes 10 seconds for a furnace to smelt up an item. So I have got a way of getting around that, and we are going to be making a super smelter array of 32 furnaces. So we'll be able to do a full stack of items smelted up in 20 seconds, which I think is probably going to be pretty good. So I want to start off by putting in the bits we're going to use for the minecart loading area. So we're working at a bit of a height here, which is going to be a bit of a pain, but let's build up a little bit so we can see what we're doing. Let's do this, and we can actually get up here to see what we're doing. Right, that's better. So what we're going to have is each loading bit is going to be directly below the chest, and we're going to have a detector rail, and then we're going to have rails coming off like so for both of those. So we can't have the minecart flying off the edge, so we shall put a block there and a block there. That will stop the minecart from flying away and crashing. Cool beans. Now then, we also need to set up something here using a little bit of Railcraft trickery. We want to have a couple of rails in here, at least in the short term. I'll move them out of there, and what that has done is it has made these rails go up the way as if they're joining on to that. And if you put a minecart on here, it will actually go up and through that little block there. Can't come back down the way, but it can go up through that way. So it's an interesting technique that can be used in other places. But at the moment, all we want to do is stop the minecart here, underneath this chest, and it'll be partially in this block, so it'll be able to suck stuff through from that chest there, which is perfect. It's exactly what we want it to do. Nice. And later on, we'll replace that track with a block there. What I also want to do just now is I want to check something. And I want to check and see which way these rails will go when redstone is applied to them. Because what we're going to have is we're going to have a system set up where they're going to go like this. In fact, let's go like so, and then that'll go there. Right, and with redstone, a lever? Do I have a lever? A lever would be nice. I have some levers. So with a redstone signal on that block, we can flip the thing round. So what we want to have happen is our minecart is going to get filled up with stuff. It's going to come down here. It's going to go around here like this. It's going to go around in a big circle, or well, it's going to effectively be a rectangle, but it'll go around a bunch of furnaces and it's going to come back in this direction, and then we want it to go back up that way, so we need to switch it to go in that direction. That is cool. So if I quickly just do something here, I'm going to borrow this. Thank you. Because what we are going to do is, also going to get rid of this briefly, we are going to have a detector rail like this, and it is going to detect when our minecart is coming back the way and switch this over. But I suspect what is actually going to happen is when I wire this up, it is going to change direction. So if I go like that, no, that is fine. So when a minecart appears on here, it is going to send a signal around here, which is going to put this, switch this track here to go back up here. That is perfect. That is what I want, and that's ideal. Cool beans. Right, so what I need to do is I need to set up this one to go underneath this. And I also need to go and sleep before something comes and attacks me and or blows up. We've got this set up now. So what we've got is this goes down and along here, just alongside and underneath this one. So they come out at the same bits. It makes life a little bit easier. Then what happens is it comes under here, and this will come up along in this direction. Let's do it like that. So this is how this one's going to look here. This track coming along like so, and this will come up here as well, and then go along to here, and it will start going in. These will go in at the back of here. These will go in at the back of here. We'll have a corner, and then that. I need to sort that out a little bit, and that can't go in there. There we go. So these are all our furnaces all set out, all 32 of them, and this is the arrangement we're going in. So we put the hoppers in the top like so. I'm going to have to go and get more hoppers, which probably means I need to go and do more mining. But we will have our powered rails across the top like so. It's going to be annoying. The importance of getting these things laid out properly in the first instance. Where did that one go? Did it go in here? Maybe I picked it up. Right, so that will go along like that and around, and then these ones will go into the back like so, and now that we've got these, there we go, that will force it to go round like that, and that's ideal. What I need to do as well to power things is part way along, kind of in the middle, I will need to put a block like that, and I will just put a lever on it. It doesn't really matter where the lever goes, although that will probably be floor level, so it would probably be best if I put it there, and then you'll see that has powered that entire line all the way to the corner, and it will power the line below as well. Like if I do like so, it will power all of these ones as well. I'll need to put levers on. Can't put it on this side because it will power that hopper, so it'll need to be on this side here. And I will do it there. In fact, if I'm a bit more sensible about this, if I put it on a redstone block, not a redstone block, but one of the blocks I use for redstone, no, and then there we go. That'll power that one and that line there. That's perfect. And then I do a similar thing here. One of my redstone denoting blocks, I suppose. Base blocks, or I don't know how I want to phrase that. And we'll do a similar thing here. That is on for that line. Perfect. And we'll do something here as well. And I think what we'll do is we'll do it like so. This one will power a bunch of stuff. Let's get out from here. Perfect. Yes, that looks good. So that will power that. So now we've got it all powered. We've got a hopper cart on it. We do. And this will only go around so far, but it will show that the carts will come down here. Oops. And along there. That's fine, and it'll go along to until the bit where it is unpowered, which is here. Perfect. And then it will come round along here like this, and it'll get to here, and then when we push it, oh, that did not fire, and oh, I don't have the circuitry done up, that's why. Let's get that done. So the signal comes out here, goes back in there. Do I have? I do have. Like so. Let's go grab that. Perfect. Let's go stick that on there again, and we'll just confirm. No, that did not do quick enough. Maybe I'll need to drop it back here. Okay, we've got another one to test with on us. Let's just drop this back one. Oops. A little excessive use of force there. Let's go and so this one there. And there. That goes there, that goes there, and then that goes like that. Light's going again. Wow. These days are fair drawn in. That's better. Yeah. Perfect. Excellent. That's all good, and it's gone up into that little gap, which I need to fix later on. Excellent. Okay, full scale test this time. So we're going to put the minecart on here as if it's starting off. It's going to come out around here, all the way around, dumping off all the stuff that needs to be smelted, and then back up there to get reloaded. Perfect. This should now, unless I stand in the way of it, continue indefinitely doing this. Perfect. And if I turn off this, it will just stop. Cool beans. I just need to not do that. Just need to set up all the hoppers round for putting fuel into these things, and we will be good to go. Okay, we've got all of the hoppers and the tracks in place, and both of these minecarts are happily tearing round along their respective tracks. So the top one will put in the input items for smelting, and the lower one will be putting in the fuel. And these two should carry on like this, quite happily, tearing around doing this ad infinitum. Great. But A, we don't want them to be going all of the time, and B, they're not underneath here for sufficient time to fill up enough that they're going to be able to have 32 items to spread around all of the furnaces. So, what we need to do is have a method of stopping them in place and allowing them to fill up sufficiently, and stopping them in place and allowing them to sit at rest until we actually put something in here. And we're going to start that off with fence posts. And I'm going to put that one in there like so. Perfect. That's really nice. Like that. Good, good, good. Now, and you'll see this one should come along, and it's now trapped in there by the fence post. We're going to do the exact same thing in front of this guy here. Excellent. And now to allow these out, we're going to use a sticky piston, which is going to go against this block here. We'll do this one side first. Get rid of these placey blocks. No, that's the wrong place. That is the wrong place. The sticky piston is going to go there. No, that is the wrong direction. Right place, wrong direction. So we are going to need a placey block. I may well keep that placey block like so, although we might not. Right, so what's going to happen, I need to get underneath here, down here, thread the needle, thank you, need to come over here, pick that up, right, and I need to get back up there a little bit. I'll just use this. Right, so our minecart is there, and we need to have, we've got a detector rail there. So on this block, we're going to have a redstone comparator coming out, and that will read the fullness of the minecart on the track there. And that is going to feed into a redstone repeater set to maximum. It's going to feed into another redstone repeater, again set to maximum. So we're going to have, when it reads that there's something in the minecart, it's going to send a signal out through here, because this will, as soon as one item goes in here, this will have an output of 1, which the redstone repeater will take. It will convert it to a signal of 15, but it is going to be delayed by the 4 ticks. Then a further 4 ticks, and then it's going to come out, and if I can come down here a bit, it's going to be going into that block there. So it's going to power this block here, which is going to have a redstone torch on it. So when anything goes into that, it will start powering along here, and will, after 8 ticks, stop powering, or power this torch, turning it off. Yep. That is good. We'll come up here. And where is that? Let's open this up a little bit so we can see where we are. There we are here. So we're on this bit. Cool. I didn't want to do that. Just accidentally knocked that comparator off. There we go. We'll use that one. So when something goes in there, let's put in, which one is this anyway? That's the fuel line. Put in a single piece of charcoal. In fact, yeah, a single piece of charcoal. So a single piece of charcoal goes in there, and it quickly gets hoovered up. And as you can see, it has turned off this torch. Okay, so that torch will then, it will power, let's think about this, that redstone repeater, which will again be set to 4 ticks, and then that, I've gone the wrong way, I'm thinking about things and I'm like, why is this looking wrong? Because I have gone the wrong direction. Let's get down here and collect these bits. Right, let's pick up this, or not. Pick up that. So we're going to be coming out here. We're going to have our redstone torch like that. We're going to get rid of this bit of wool, which I suspected was in the wrong place, and I was indeed correct. And it is going to go along here. There's going to be a block underneath there. So this is going to go like that. So our signal is going to come along. Let's get this. Can I get in here? To this hopper minecart? Nope. It is kind of locked in there, right? Okay. And then kind of stuck again. Let's get out and around here. Cool. Right. Our signal is going to come out along here. It's going to power this block, turning this off and retracting our piston, which has retracted there. But it hasn't pulled that back because it never got hold of it. Let me make a quick button which will allow us to quickly retract that. Like that, like that. Right, there we go. Right, so our little minecart is happily on its way. It will have dropped off its one solitary little bit of charcoal, and now it is locked back in. Let me go back and get another solitary piece of charcoal. And it will go. There we go. You see, and it took a pause, and it went around, and the solitary piece of charcoal will join the other solitary piece of charcoal, presumably in here. There we go, yeah. So, let's go and get a bunch of charcoal. There's a full stack. Now I want to see how much it's going to grab at once. So, let me just turn this off, and that will stop on the way back. So let's put in our charcoal. It's going to take a good amount. Excellent. And how much is it going to have on the way back? So it's got an extra 14, but every single one of these furnaces should have a single piece of charcoal. That's excellent. That's exactly what we wanted. Perfect. So, and it's coming back, and it would have the 14 in it, and then it would pick up an extra 18. So that would be, and it would come round in a second run round. Flick it on, it'll come round, and it is already out, and it's going to come back, and it'll be empty, and every one of the furnaces will now have 2 pieces of charcoal. Let's just confirm that. Excellent. Trust but verify. I trusted that it would work, but I verified that it had worked. Perfect. So it doesn't really matter how many more than 32 items go into the cart, because it's always going to come back and pick up some more, and it'll pick up way more than 32 if there are sufficient. So that's really good. That's working. I just need to redo this on this side, and that will be us perfect. So we will have space for the extended piston. The actual piston goes here against this block, like so. Perfect. It'll have a wool block below it. Ow. Like that. It's going to have the repeater coming out. The light's going to go. I'm going to get on with this, and I'll see you when this is done. Yeah, there. There we go, and if I put in, let's put in 2 stacks. Let's put in 2 stacks of cobblestone in here, and it's already going to go a long way. I've put another stack of charcoal in there, and it has gone round and done its business, but these should actually now start smelting. Yeah, there we go. And all of them should have. Perfect. It's all working nicely. And obviously you can see there's one thing left to do. Let's get the items out of here and up Ouch. Let's get the items out of the furnaces and up to here. And what I have kind of planned out, I think I might want to shift over a bit. I was planning on having it come up here, but I think it might be more sensible to have it come up here at the back. Somewhere here, but maybe not. No, maybe I do want it there. Maybe I do want it there. Right. Let's see what we've got. Don't have any chests on us here, but I do want some chests, and I need another couple of hoppers. But what I need to do is get the hoppers here and droppers. I've got 3 droppers, and I've got plenty stuff on me at the moment, I think. Yes, I do. Ow. So, what I want to do is, I think, yeah, I do want to go here, and what I'm going to have is, I'm going to have a dropper here, in line with where we're going to be going. So we're going to have water channels. So remember earlier on when I said that a hopper chain can only handle up to 25 furnaces at a time. So we're going to, instead of having a hopper chain, we're going to use water, because it's the update aquatic that we've got. So we would be well in our rights to be able to use a water channel and water column thing here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a dropper. It's going to fire the items out of this line of furnaces. So we're going to have these furnaces coming along. Let's go into the top of that, and then we'll come along. That's not how that's meant to go. We're going to go into here like this, and these will actually be now funneling over into that. I picked up some of those, but that's not a problem. So all of these furnaces now will be empty and will have gone into here. Perfect, that's nice. Yep, all good. And we're going to do a similar thing here. So we're going to have like that. And then don't quite know why that's doing that, but never mind. Let's just get rid of that. And then we will go like so. That one's got those ones going in, perfect. And then we're going to go like that. Like that. And like that. Perfect. Excellent. Now, what I want to do is I want to have timer set up. I need one more hopper, apparently. But what I'm going to do is I'll set up one of these. And I just need it here. It doesn't really need to be anything special. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have that there like that. Oh no, I can't have it there. Can't have it there. That's going to ruin everything if I have it there. I'm going to have to do it behind here. That's fine. We can do it behind here. It'll go nicely here. So we have a comparator going in here and a hopper little timer thing here set up. So these hoppers are facing into each other, and if I put in one item here, it will pulse back and forth like that quite happily, triggering this dropper and firing out all of these things. And it should just perfect. Now, I don't want that ticking noise going on all the time, so we're going to take a comparator out of here, and we're going to take one of our, I haven't planned this, but we're going to have that, and then redstone line. In fact, I want to go like so. And that will pause the clock. So this will only run when there are items in it. So if I put 8 items, very simple little hopper clock, perfect, works nicely, I like it. That's ideal. I'm going to do that on those 3 sides there. These 3 sides? All 3 sides, so I'm going to repeat on these 2 sides is what I mean, and then we're going to get the water put in place. Right, got most of the things in place now. I've got our timer set up on all 3 of these bits now, and I put in an ice path. I've got to be careful because I don't have a silk touch pick at the moment because of an mistake accident in the nether. But I had to do these ones slightly differently just because these ones aren't at the end. So I brought this around a little bit using a repeater. So yeah, they operate in exactly the same manner. So if I put in a few bits here, they get spat out onto the ice. And if we go around here, I'll grab some water. 3 things of water, and we can put the water in here like so. Perfect, nice one. Let's grab that and that. Now I'm probably going to have to do a little bit more about walling stuff in. Certainly what I need to do is I need to get some signs, which I have not on me. They are in one of the chests up here, because I put them in there earlier. Let's see. There we are. You have them. Let's go down here, and I will have one right there. So the stuff that gets fired out here, let's go. Let's just do 6. So yeah, definitely going to need to have something walling this in a little bit, but they go perfectly into there and then into this stream, which comes down to there, and that will get blocked there, and then that 3rd bucket goes in here and aims it all the way down there. I'll get some glass and do this in just a moment. Maybe another sign just there, and get one more bucket of water. In fact, I'll get a couple more buckets of water, like so, because that's what I will need. Right, let's see. So that goes there. I can't get round here. Starting to get a little bit tight round here, but that's fine. So that one goes there. That'll push them over here. I want to have one more sign there, and that will push into here, where I'm going to have another bucket of water, and then this will be our item elevator going up the way, which will go like so. Careful not to waterlog things here, but like that. There we go. And then I can put stuff in at the top for our chest. So what's going to happen is this is going to force the water up here, and then we're going to have, where's the chest going to go? Let's grab a chest. Grab 2 chests. Going to come up here, and then it's going to be a chest in line with this lot. Like this. So we're going to have there and there. And we are going to have 2 hoppers going in the back, because remember, we can't have one because we've got too many furnaces for one hopper chain. So we're going to have it like that, both of them going in there. Bit of a lag spike. And then we are going to have some nice-ish blocks. I'm a massive fan of stone brick, but in this instance it will do nicely, and it's going to be there. So we're going to have another bucket of water we need there. That's what we need. Let's grab our bucket of water. We can just go down here and grab... Hello, Mr. Squid. Put our bucket of water in at the top here, and we can use, have we got glass here? No glass, no glass, no glass. We do, however, have a super smelter system. Now this one is the actual input stuff. This should smelt up and be fired out pretty quick. And it should come out this one. And I shall lie in wait for it. I'll use something different in the minute. There we go. Cool. Hey. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So we'll put this on top here just for the moment, and then I'll put that there. Then when we put our bucket of water here, it will flow round. So what will happen is, in just a moment, we're going to grab that, and I'm going to grab... I don't think I'm going to need soul sand for this bubble elevator, to make a bubble elevator. I think I'll just have... it a normal elevator, but maybe, I don't know, maybe for extra bit of speed we might want bubbles. That goes up relatively quickly though. But we should find, yep, those are in there. Perfect. So stuff's going to come firing out of there, and there, and there. It's going to go into the water channel, it's going to come down here, it's going to come up this water elevator, and then it's going to flow over here. Now, this hopper will fill up first, but if we've got too many items coming through, it will overflow into this hopper, because it'll just flow over the top. This hopper won't be able to pick things up, and then it'll go over into this one, and we've got less than 50 furnaces going, so that should be fine. So if I take an absolute ton of cobblestone, let's take as much cobblestone as we can, and that iron ore as well, why not? Anything else? Anything else wanting smelted? No. Right, and let's put it in here, like that. And we should start seeing this going all round. Now I need to get a bunch of glass as well, so whilst that's doing and having fun, I will see what I can get in terms of glass. I would prefer to use glass. It's going to be up here, isn't it? Yeah, we should have a reasonable amount here. And I'm going to wall this in. Let's see how we get on. Yeah, it's firing out all over the show, so that's just ugly if we do that. But if we do like so, right, that one should be okay now. And then, I don't know how far along we're going to need to come with this. I want to roof it in as well. Like so. That looks like it's going to do. I might just do the whole thing. Like so. Like so. Because, let's face it, we want this to be as reliable as possible. We definitely don't want there to be any sort of shenanigans go on with this. I mean, I think it'll perfectly okay once we get to this point. There. Like so. Yeah? That will do nicely. That should be it. That should be us fully functional now, which is just in time for it to be nighttime again. Amazing. Right, I'm going to quickly sleep, and I'm not going to cut. There we go. And we should have all that good stuff in there. Perfect. Now, I did pick up some of that myself, so that's why that's not in there, but that's really good. So we can start. We can start making this look a little bit prettier. So we can cover over the bottom of those, and then and we can have that goes there, and then the other one will go there, and we'll have signs up for these. So that's input, that's fuel, that's output. I'm pleased with that. I'm very pleased with that, in fact. Right, let's grab some more of these. That's going to go there. We're going to have block there. Right, now we can start properly flooring this. Obviously, I need to do something about those bits in some sort of slab, I suppose. Like that, and then we can have slabs on there, there, and there, and then there, there, and there. Not the prettiest solution to that. But if I have, maybe if I carried the slabs on, it'll work in some manner, and then I can have the water feature carry on along here, maybe. Yeah, I'll maybe work with that. But that, in essence, is this done. So let me grab a bunch of stuff that needs smelted, and I'm going to put it in here, and we're going to have stuff going as we proceed. Yeah. Let me see about grabbing a whole job lot of stuff. I could do with some more glass, because I've just used up a bunch. So let me get a stack. 2 stacks. 2 stacks for glass, and as much as I can fit on me in terms of cobblestone. And I'll get rid of the kelp last time through here as well. And the signs, and the extra redstone that we don't need. Maybe buckets as well, and the wood. I don't know why I've got that wood on me. There we go. Right, let's see about getting this done. And this will be good fun, watching it all come up through this bit, and I'll have to make this bit look better as well. So input stuff. No, oh, that's just gone and ruined it. Input stuff goes in there. I'm going to have to go around and stop it. Oh dear. Right, I'm just trying out a few things here. This is looking okay, I think. It's coming together okay. What I've done is I've used some blue stained glass here to go around this. So it looks kind of like some sort of water tank or something. And I've used fence posts to just hold up a sort of lip round it or something. I don't know. And I'm trying a shallow roof. I'm not entirely thrilled with how that's looking. Maybe if I start off the other way with the stair first, then the slab, and go up, it might work. But what I am fairly happy about is this. I might get rid of one line of glass here and have another row of stone bricks there. But now we can see into the actual workings of it, and we've got a window that we can see out over this. And I'm thinking that I'm not actually going to cover this so much as I'm gonna have a fence around it. What I might do is do something so these are suspended with fence posts like this in some manner. And then that comes over, maybe? Or maybe something a little bit more substantial than that. I might want to actually put fence around this to stop anything from falling in. I'll get rid of this tree as well, because that's going to look ugly right next to it. But certainly, yeah, I'm definitely wanting some sort of protection round this. Clear out some of this foliage as well. Herbage, I suppose it is. There we go. Start like this. And then, yeah, and then I can have this again. Still not entirely sure. I don't think having it going over like that is what I want. Might have to have another think about it. So, but I think that's looking pretty cool that it's kind of a control room that looks over it. And then we've got our little hatch down here on the outside, just a maintenance hatch. And that takes us down in here where I have done some work and tidied things up, lit it up. So we can now go under here to get in case there's anything wrong here. And we've got a hop up here so we can get over onto this side as well. This is all good. And then similarly, we can go around the back here and up. And if there was anything stuck in any of these, then we could get to it. And we can go all the way around. I've done it with nicely with stone. It's all lit up. There shouldn't be anything causing any problems in here. You will note, however, that we don't A, have much fuel, and B, have them completely fueled up. Or have even fueling is what I mean. But this is looking good. 2 seconds and I think I shall have this done, and we'll be back in a minute. I think that's everything done. I'm busy refueling things at the moment, and I'm using sticks just now because unless I'm smelting 4 stacks of something, I'm going to waste coal. So yeah, so I need to be doing 4 full stacks to not waste coal. But I'm thinking everything's going very, very nicely at the moment. I'm very happy with how it's looking on the outside. So we've got the sort of tank which the roof runs off into, which looks kind of cool. It's not very interesting on the outside. It's pretty simple. Still not quite sure about this blank kind of bit here. It's very, that's a square, that's a right angle, that's a square. There's not an awful lot to break up that wall is what I'm trying to say. So I might do something in these bits, but that's it for just now. I'm gonna say that's it done. I'm quite happy with that, and I softened that edge there by putting upside down stairs against it. I thought that was quite good, and I've just kind of supported that there. I didn't like it going all the way up and being supported too high, and I think that's working quite nicely. Everything else is going quite well here. I am calling that a completed super smelter at the moment. All I need to do now is go and do a big mining trip because I don't really have an awful lot of stuff to put into it at the moment. But yeah, quite happy with that, folks. If you've enjoyed it, please do leave a like. All the rest of it, subscribe, click the bell thing, check out my friends in the featured channels bit. Follow me on Twitter and on Facebook as well to get other updates and stuff. But until the next time, cheery bye and have a fuzz.